I am not going to teach you how to take control of your life. This video is the exact opposite of that. I am going to show you what happens when you finally let go of the control that has been exhausting you, and why this is the thing that changes everything, instead of just another attempt to hold everything in place. Because you have already tried to control it. You plan, you anticipate, you rehearse every scenario, you review every decision in the middle of the night. And yet, the feeling that everything could fall apart at any second never goes away. And look at what I need to tell you before we start. This can change starting today. Not when your life becomes predictable, not when the variables disappear. Today, that tight grip of someone holding the world with both hands can start to loosen in the next few hours. The tighter you squeeze life, the more it slips through your fingers. By the end of this video, you will understand why the control that seems to protect you is exactly what is keeping you exhausted, and what a line from Proverbs reveals about letting go without giving up. Take a handful of sand and close your hand tightly. What happens? The sand escapes. The firmer the grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. But leave your hand open, palm facing up, and the sand stays. Still, intact. Your life works like this, and no one warned you. You think that controlling means holding on, that if you squeeze hard enough, your career, people, the future, the image others have of you, nothing will fall. But control is not a holding hand. It is a crushing fist. And everything that is alive escapes from a closed fist. That is why you are tired in a way that sleep cannot cure. It is not the size of your problems. It is the force with which you squeeze them. You spend the entire day with your fists clenched around things that were never yours to hold. What others think, what is going to happen tomorrow, the outcome of things you do not decide. Think about how much of your energy today was spent trying to control things that do not depend on you. A person's reaction, the outcome of a meeting that already happened, an email you mentally rewrite 10 times, a conversation that might never happen, but that you've already rehearsed in 5 different versions. None of this changes the outcome. It only consumes you. You are paying an incredibly high price in energy for a sense of control that isn't even real. And the more you try to control people, the more you push them away. The more you try to control the future, the more anxious you become in the present. The more you try to control your own image, the further you get from who you really are. The tight grip doesn't protect anything. It only wears you down. And here is the part that hurts to admit. You confuse this tight grip with responsibility. You think that letting go would be careless, but letting go is not dropping your life on the floor. It is opening your hand to stop destroying what you try so hard to protect. It's 2 a.m. You should be sleeping. Instead, your mind is in a courtroom, replaying a conversation from yesterday, rehearsing one for tomorrow, calculating what to do if it goes wrong, and what to do if plan B also goes wrong. You are not solving anything. No one ever solved the future staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. But letting go feels too dangerous, so you keep holding on with your mind, since you can't with your hands. And tomorrow, you will wake up exhausted from a fight that only happened inside your head. There is a sentence almost 3,000 years old that describes exactly this knot. It is in Proverbs chapter 16. In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Read it slowly, because it is more subtle than it seems. It does not say you shouldn't plan. The verse says you plan. It is in your nature. It is even healthy. What it dismantles is the illusion that planning is the same as controlling the outcome. You do your part. You plant, you work, you decide, you prepare, and then you let go of the other part, the part that was never in your hands anyway. The final steps, the outcomes, the timing, the doors that open and close. That has always belonged to God, with or without your permission. The ancient wisdom was not an invitation to laziness. It was a relief. You can stop carrying the weight of guaranteeing everything, because guaranteeing everything was never your job. It was just a lie that kept you awake at 2 a.m. And if this difference between doing your part and letting go of the rest is loosening something in your chest right now, leave a like on this video. Not to please me, it's just that slower content like this gets lost in all the noise. And your like is what helps it reach someone else who is also sitting with clenched fists at 2 a.m. Here is where almost everyone gets it wrong. Letting go of control is not crossing your arms and waiting for life to happen. It is not pretending that nothing matters. It is the most active and courageous thing there is, because it requires trusting when your every instinct screams to hold on. It took me years to learn this. There was a time when I measured my worth by my ability to foresee and control everything. I would wake up already calculating the day, go to sleep calculating the next one, and treated any unforeseen event as a personal failure. I thought that if I relaxed my grip for 1 second, everything would collapse, and it would be my fault. The turning point didn't come when I controlled things better. It came when I got too tired to keep holding on. On one of those days when the tight grip just couldn't fit inside me anymore, I simply stopped. Not out of wisdom, out of exhaustion. And that was when I discovered something that scared me. When I opened my hand, nothing fell. The things that were supposed to happen, happened. The things that weren't, I never would have been able to hold on to anyway. And the weight I had carried my whole life simply didn't need to be carried. And this is where I need to be direct with you. Even if it bothers you, your anxiety is not proof that you care. Your exhaustion is not proof that you are responsible. Your need to control everything is not faith. It is fear dressed up as virtue. You were not called to be the God of your own life. You were called to trust in what already is. The open hand does not lose the sand. It is the closed hand that loses it. Right at the beginning, I told you that the tighter you squeeze life, the more it slips away. I want to close with the other side of that. When you open your hand, something strange and good starts to happen. The rush to solve everything today loses its strength. The weight of guaranteeing the future lifts off your shoulders. The guilt of not being in control of every detail gets left behind. You sleep better because there is no longer a courtroom operating inside you at 2 a.m. You breathe deeper without even realizing it. And you discover something that control never gave you. A peace that does not depend on everything going right. And there is a specific freedom here that is hard to explain to anyone who has never let go. It is the freedom of not needing to have the answer for everything. Of not needing to predict the entire next month today. Of letting a conversation end without controlling how the other person will react. Of going to sleep with things unresolved and still sleeping. You stop living in the future, rehearsing disasters, and finally show up in the present, where your real life has been happening this whole time while you were busy trying to control it. It's not that your problems disappeared. It's that you stopped carrying them with clenched fists. You still plan the course. You just stopped pretending you direct the steps, and the sand finally stays in your hand. Before you go, I want to ask you a real question, not a rhetorical one. What is the one thing you are holding on to the tightest right now? That thing you review in the middle of the night, that you can't let go of, that you think will collapse if you take your hands off it for a second. Go down to the comments and tell me, in one sentence. Just naming it is the beginning of opening your hand, because whatever has a name is something we can hand over. I read every single one, and I know exactly what it feels like to squeeze until your hand hurts. And if you are thinking of someone who lives with clenched fists, who holds the world for everyone else, and never drops their own weight, send this video to that person. It might just be the invitation they needed to finally open their hand. And if you want to keep learning this kind of slow biblical trust, without rush and without formulas, subscribe. This channel exists to remind you, video after video, that God never asked you to hold the world with your own hands.